Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready, Bobby.
What's this, episode 18?
Who gives a shit?
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode Who Gives a Fuck of the Nintendo PlayStation Podcast. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by my best friend in all the land, Mr. Toby Thornton. Toby.
What is up, Bobby?
Not much. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm feeling pretty warm right now.
Have you been drinking?
No, I've not been drinking.
Then why would you feel very warm?
I don't know. I'm wearing a jumper, and so it's not grey today in the United Kingdom. So.
Imagine that.
Yeah, man. It's pretty rare.
It's grey here in the United States. I get the windows open, and I'm like, oh my god, it's raining. It's nasty. It's whatever.
Hey, man, your right arm's looking a little bit chunkier than your left arm. I don't know what's going on there.
This arm?
You've been working out with one arm? What's going on, man?
F you, Toby. My forearm, you mean? I got Popeye forearms. My right arm's Popeye. My left arm's.
You've been eating your spinach.
You can call it that, I guess. Let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our Geek Outs. Toby, what are you geeking about?
Oh, you didn't give me a chance.
Go ahead. Do your slow roll Geek Out.
Geek Outs.
Such an idiot. What are you geeking out about, Toby?
Something that came up the other week. Peggy, the ratings board, put up a rating for a Mighty Switch Force collection.
Yes. Coming
to PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. And ever since the Switch was announced, I've been going on and on and on about a Mighty Switch Force port. Like, I just want the first game and the second game on Switch. I've been tweeting the developers.
You've been doing that since the Switch launched. You were like, please, bring it, please.
I've been like, come on, it makes too much sense. Mighty Switch Force. Come on, why isn't it on there? For like 2 years. Finally, they listened to me, man.
They're like, that idiot Toby, we got to make him stop talking to us. Stop tweeting at us every day.
So I don't know when it's coming, but if it is coming, if it's true, then I'm over the moon.
The funny thing, it is true. Like, but the funny thing is like I sent you the thing, and you're like, yeah, I told you, and I'm like, I'm just showing you the article. That's all I'm showing you.
Right. This is something that happens to me a lot, though, right? Because I'm very tuned in. You see.
Oh God, here we go.
And I have friends who I'm in group chats with them and stuff. My mate Mike. He's like, there's the Nintendo Direct, they unveiled Mario Maker 2, right? Like, I saw it the moment they unveiled that. I was so excited for it because I'm tuned in. Then 4 or 5 days later, Mike sends me a link saying, oh my God, Tobe, look, they've announced Mario Maker 2. And I'm thinking, don't you know me? Like, I am, nobody needs to tell me anything. I know everything. Which it's not true. That's not true. But sometimes sometimes it just feels like I'm the only super nerd in my friend group, and everyone doesn't realize that.
Good Lord. Lord.
But I'm excited. I'm very excited.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that game is going to be. I enjoyed it on the 3DS. Right?
Yeah, they had it on 3DS. Yes. They ported it. They made a HD version.
That's what I was. I played on both. That's why. Because I played on 3DS and the Wii U. I think I played one on the 3DS and then two on the Wii U. It's a good game. Looks gorgeous. Way Forward did it. It's a great game, man. It really is good. For myself, I am geeking out two things. One, Fortnite Season 9 has just launched, and dude, it is so cool. The stuff that they added to this thing. It is unbelievable. Days before Season 9 launched, Tilted Towers, the place where everybody goes and fights, got demolished by a volcano. and people were like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" And then they rebuild it. It's all futuristic now.
Is it still called Tilted Towers?
It's called Neo Tilted now because it's all futuristic and stuff.
I suppose that's all right, but
should you stop?
I'm just sick of hearing Tilted Towers all the time. That's what people go on about.
But it's got this cool thing about like it's like a monorail.
Yeah.
But it's a slipstream monorail. So you jump into it with your body, and then you like float around the world, and like you can go into all these different. Like you can move from one section of the world to the other section just by jumping into the slipstream.
Like tube technology.
Yeah, except for there's no tube. You could jump out anytime.
All right.
And then you would just kind of glide into where you want to go. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool what they did. Plus, it's real colorful this time.
Yeah.
I like it. I like what the changes they've made. It feels good. Got a victory royale last night, and Toby, this was amazing. Jumped into a random battle, or random squads. Mm-hmm. So it means I jump in, and 3 other people are on my squad, but I don't know who they are. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to talk to these idiots, so I don't even headset up. I just play.
Yeah.
They go one place. They ping that they're going to drop one place. I'm like, I'm going all the way over here. Stay away from me.
Oh, you're that guy.
Yeah.
All right.
So I drop, right? And I'm playing, I'm getting my loot and doing what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, and then, because I pinged where I was going, and they all decided to go someplace else. I was like, okay, you guys want to join me? You stay there. I'm not going to where you're going. So I go down, and all of a sudden, as I'm watching, one gets hit. But they have this new re-up thing. Like, if you get their card, you have a minute and a half to get their card, and then take it to these respawn vans. And then you can respawn your character if you want. But it's not easy to do either, because if you're in the middle of a firefight.
Dude, they totally ripped off Apex Legends. Can't believe that.
Doesn't matter. Who cares? So the thing is like they do this, they have this thing. Well, the one goes down, and then they actually respawn them. I'm like, okay, you guys you're holding your own, do your thing. I'm like just looting up, man. I'm getting all the good gear. I'm off all by myself. There's somebody near me. Another one goes down. Now 2 of them are down. Then the third one goes down. And
dude.
The thing is like you could tell if they're watching you.
Yeah.
They watched me for a second and left. They must have been mad at me because I didn't stick. So I was like, no big deal. So I keep playing. Me against everybody else. And I'm playing, and the teams are starting to dwindle out. Mm-hmm. And I see there's like 10 guys left. And I'm like, okay, so that could potentially be, there's a straggler. It could be 2 teams of 4, plus me and another guy. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden it gets down to 5. And I'm like, okay, is it me against a whole squad? Like, what's going on here? So as I go through this campsite, I see, like, firefight, but I'm not sure if they're just trying to draw me out by playing, like, just shooting and stuff. All of a sudden I come down, and as I come down, I see someone, and the storm, like, comes up behind me and wipes me. So it goes ahead of me. But as I'm in the storm, I'm shooting out of the storm, and I take the one person down. And I come out of the storm, and here's someone else is shooting someone else. So there is a couple of stragglers, right? Yeah. So now there's down one. This guy kills another guy. I come around the corner, shoot him, drop him. So now I've killed 2. There's 1 left. He comes down. He's got the height advantage. He's coming down. Boop, 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 done. Victory Royale. So I was like, no problem. I'm like, you're welcome, team. Like, you all left me. You left me. And like the king, I just rose and took it all out.
It's a shame they didn't watch you, but it probably was like a group of 3 friends that just wanted to start a new game together.
Yeah, they probably got pissed that I showed them up.
Do you still share like points or anything?
You can share experience. They also have this thing too where if you like I got the Victory Royale, they got awarded a Victory Royale too. Yeah, but the thing is the one thing they do is that you can do now is if you and I are playing together, we can share achievements. So like each week when you do Battle Pass, you have achievements to unlock. So if there's an achievement where, because sometimes they'll do something like go here and go here in the same match. Well, I can land here and you can land there, and it gives us the points.
All right, that's
so cool. It does stuff like that. Like they've changed that system. But I like it. I kind of do a mix. I kind of go like trying to unlock stuff and get stuff, and then I try to do other stuff. It's fun. It's fun. The other thing, I don't know whether it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. But Justin Masson, I'm supposed to do a one-off podcast with him today at some point. I'm sure it'll go under Nintendo Talk over there. But I'm going to record with him. We're going to talk about some E3 stuff, and he's in the country. So he hit me up and was like, hey, we haven't talked in a while. Do you want to do something? I was like, yeah, let's do that.
He's the sort of guy that I love to hear on those prediction episodes.
Oh, so good.
Like, he's really, really good at talking about the business side of things, what he thinks is going to happen. Sometimes he has insider knowledge somehow. Like, I feel like he knows, like, he knew about Labo before Labo was revealed or something. He had some inkling about it.
Well, he knew that something was getting revealed. That time that the three of us did that reveal video. That was fun. He because he gets press releases sometimes. Because he's kind of quasi ambassador with Nintendo Canada. That's actually how Sean Capri is getting a booth tour at E3.
Okay.
He's getting a booth tour, plus interview, plus getting to go hands-on with all the games that are announced earlier that day.
So you're saying Justin is on the inside loop with Canada, even though he doesn't live there?
Well, because technically he does live there. He's just working in Ireland.
So he's just got a work visa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
He's one of those people that the UK kind of wanted to... That's why you guys Brexited, because people come from all over the world taking your jobs. So here he comes from Canada to take your jobs. You wait, Toby. I'm going to learn how to paint, and I'm going to take your job. I'm going to tell your dad, like, get rid of this guy. Let me come...
I'd like to see you try.
I don't want to see that at all. Okay, so we got a couple topics. Toby, I think we'll let's start with yours. We'll start with yours this week.
Okay, so the other day, PlayStation had their next State of Play showcase. It was only a short one, like 10-15 minutes. They said they were going to talk about Medieval and a couple of other upcoming games. I wasn't excited about it at all. I thought it was going to be rubbish like the first one was, so I skipped it. Woke up in the morning. What do I see? Final Fantasy VII trailer just dropped out of nowhere. I'm like, whoa! So anyway, Square has dropped this trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake. It is amazing, and they're going to show more next month. So I just wanted to see your reaction to it. How do you feel about it now?
So I watched State of Play like maybe 3 hours later, because it actually aired while I was at work, so I couldn't watch it live.
Yeah.
And then I went home from work, and I was like, maybe I should watch this thing. And I started watching it, and I saw the Monster Hunter stuff, and I was like, this doesn't do anything for me. Like, I'm kind of past Monster Hunter now. Like, it has its niche. It has its people that are excited. I think it looks cool. I think it looks amazing. I'm like, okay, this is pretty neat. The Monster Hunter fans, kudos to you. You're happy. You're excited. It just doesn't do anything for me. Medieval did nothing for me. There was a couple other games I was just like, whatever. And then the Final Fantasy stuff hit, and I was like, oh my God, what is happening right now? Like, it looks fantastic. It looks gorgeous. And I'm floored. The one thing I will say though about the State of Play was I feel like this one was a lot better than the first one. And I think they'll progressively get better from here on out.
I think that they obviously took a bit of feedback from the first one, and they thought, we need something a bit bigger, a bit more exciting.
I think the thing is, though, is they did this one, now go away. Like, don't do them every month. Like, I think that's a mistake.
Do you think they'll do an E3
No.
period one?
I think they already said they're not doing anything in June at all. Maybe that's why they put this one out, trying to just be up above and stuff. Yeah. I think they're staying away from E3 this year. They don't have a lot to talk about. Like, until they announce PlayStation 5, they're kind of in limbo state right now. Because there's not a whole lot that's going to get announced for the PS4. I think they're in a position where everything that gets announced is pretty much PS5 when the time comes. I think Last of Us 2 becomes a launch title for PS5. They're going to do the Zelda thing where they're going to give it to the PS4 people plus the PS5 people. Death Stranding that doesn't come out for another 10 years. And, we'll see. But I just don't think they have a whole lot to talk about at the moment.
Well, let's talk about this trailer.
Yeah, let's jump on this trailer.
So, I thought the voice acting was really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
The character models, I feel like they've really nailed the characters.
Yeah.
And the enemies as well.
Yeah.
It's very they've stuck to the original, but it's completely modernized. So I think they're striking a real good balance between the nostalgia of the original and the classic vibe, but also a bit more fast-paced modern combat style. Obviously, the graphics are amazing. You can see little bits of UI here and there when they're in combat, and you can see the commands on the bottom left. And I know you're not a big fan, but Game Explained did a breakdown of the trailer. This is a recurring theme now lately, but anyway, they picked out some interesting things about limit breaks and classic moves that are still in it from the original. They're just updated. And
the thing that I took away from this trailer, I know that it's a classic JRPG, but man, watching this trailer play, it made me go, this would be so cool to have like a Xenoblade Chronicles style battles where you're just running around and you kind of just boom go into the battle and you're fighting, and it's kind of, you're running all over the place.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that it will be a bit like that. It's going to be, because you can, in the trailer, you can see that you can switch characters at any time by pressing L2 and R2 or whatever. So I feel like when you're not controlling them characters, they'll be set attacking in a specific way, in Xenoblade. But you can take control whenever you want to.
The other thing, too, is, do you think this gets announced for the Switch?
No way.
You don't think?
Definitely not.
You don't think? And what makes you think that?
Just how graphically amazing it looks, and if we haven't got other games from Square, like Tomb Raider, they could port that to Switch, but they've not done anything like that yet. I just feel like if 15 hasn't come either, 7's definitely not coming.
So I don't know why. Something just tells me this is going to get announced for Switch. I don't know why. I just really feel like this is going to get announced. I think the other stuff that probably gets announced is the Secret of Mana RPG, the remaster. I think that gets announced for Switch because there's no reason why that can't run on Switch.
I thought it was already on Switch.
No. So I mean, I don't know. I think the other thing, what helps Nintendo in this case is the case that it's each disc is its own part. It's a 3-part game. It's not all coming out at once. So I think that kind of helps Nintendo in the terms of hey, put this on a cart. But I think the game's going to be way too big to fit on a cart.
Yeah, and I feel like because they had to take development away from CyberConnect into in-house Square Enix, I think they're on a bit of a tight timeline with it.
Yeah,
and I think that they're going to just want to get the game finished for current platforms that they were working on.
They got to get it done. They're so behind.
If they stretch themselves to the Switch as well, I don't know. I think that's just going to be too much work for them.
I'm interested to see. Because Dragon Quest XI is coming to Switch. That's a big game. I know that this one's much more graphically intense, but I'm still kind of curious to see if they could pull it off and if it can make it. We'll see. I mean, time will tell. I would be pretty excited if it does. I'm not gonna lie. I think it'd be pretty awesome. But this game, to me, it's probably it's the last Final Fantasy game that I beat. I bought the PS1 specifically for this. It's the only reason I bought the PS1. Nothing else interests me at all. And then when I got the PS1, because of this, then I started playing Metal Gear, and there was a bunch of other stuff that I jumped into. But man, this game was just fantastic. And I can't wait to go back and play it again, because I think it's going to be unbelievable. It looks gorgeous. It looks breathtaking. I can't wait.
It does. The faces. I can't believe how good the faces look, man. They look exactly like you imagine them to look from the rubbish PS1 graphics.
The graphics are so. I mean, at the time they were mind blowing. You know, at the time it was like this will never get better, and then we see this today, and it's like, oh my god! Like they look so good. Like I'm just floored. What is it? Aegis? Is it Aegis? Is her name or Tifa? They're both in the game, right?
Tifa's in it. She's the girl with the fists.
Yes, but isn't it?
People.
Who's the one he walks up to with the flower? Is that Aegis?
The flower girl. All right. So here's the thing, right? In I don't know if it's in America as well, but outside of Japan, she was called Eris with an S.
That's it.
But in Japan, she's called Aerith with TH on the end, and I think that's the canon name. So I think they're going to go back to that.
Okay.
In my heart, she'll always be Eris, though. So.
I like what I see so far, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Man.
Like I think,
dude,
and it does have me. It does have me excited for E3 because I want to see more.
Yeah, man. Because like Square have announced their press conference. They're taking Sony's old spot.
Okay.
So they're gonna have. They've got big boots to fill, basically, and they better have some decent stuff to show.
They're gonna fall flat because their press conferences are horrible. They are the embarrassment that Nintendo's was for the announcement of the Switch.
I don't know though. If they go all out on Final Fantasy VII, the Avengers game, that's the other big one that they've got up their sleeve.
Which Avengers game?
There's the big Avengers game that they've
Switch?
got coming. It's I don't know, man, but ages and ages ago there was like they announced it, but it's not a reveal. It's not been officially revealed.
Oh, okay.
But everyone knows it's under development.
Gotcha. I never saw that one. I don't know. I mean, I'm not excited for their press conference because they don't do a good job with press conferences. They really don't, man. They fumble around. They don't have good translation. If they were to do something like Nintendo, package it, do it upright, then I would be all excited for it. But there's these weird transitions where they don't know what they're saying. They don't know what they're doing. They got translators up there that are, taking their time, and there's mistranslate. It just feels so off. And it feels like Nintendo used to feel. There was a time when that's how Nintendo... And it even, like, at some point, it feels like how Sony used to feel. Like, where you would have someone up there, they're talking, and then they would leave, and then 2 seconds later, someone else walks up, and then they leave.
You know what? Yeah.
Like, what is going on, man?
Dude, I am quite sad. Like, when Sony first announced that they weren't going to be at E3, I was bummed out, but I was like, surely they'll have something else going on. Like their own show somewhere else or whatever. Yeah. But doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
Mm-mm.
So the other day I watched the making of documentary of God of War, and in that they show the clips from the E3s where they announced the game, and you remember they had the live orchestra playing the God of War music whilst he was playing the game, and like that got me so excited. And I'm gonna miss stuff like that. Like if Sony never come back to the stage like that.
I think it depends on what happens this year.
Yeah.
I think it depends on, what happens. I think if this year, if Nintendo and Xbox, like if it booms them and they take off, I think Sony looks at it and goes, "We got to go back." But if nothing big happens for them, we'll see. I was telling Sean the other day we were doing If We Ran Nintendo. And we were talking about it, and I said, last year when I went to E3, Sony's booth seemed so lackluster. Like, no big anything. Like, it just felt weird. A lot of open space. Not many people were there. And Sean was like, maybe that was the beginning of the end for them. Like, maybe that was part of the deal. They went there. Well, let's be honest. They had a bad E3 last year.
They did.
They had a bad E3. And I think... that coupled with no excitement in the booth.
It's so weird that they had a bad E3 though, because they had at least 3 big games to talk about, but they chose to only concentrate on those games. They didn't talk about anything else.
And they had them weird intermissions, and it was just like, what is happening,
terrible, man? Yeah.
They tried to do something totally different. It was just like, man, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. I don't understand it. But ultimately, I guess we see how this works out. And at the end, because I think the first time was when they canceled PSX, people were like, okay. And it was weird because I remember a couple years ago we talked about like PSX and E3 kind of bookending.
Yeah.
The year for Sony. Like, this will be the one announcement, this will be the other announcement, and then that's it. But it's totally changed. And it's now, the weird thing is, the two you thought were bookending it are gone, and you still have Gamescom, and you have Tokyo Game Show.
Man, it's all weird. As a Sony fan, I just feel unsettled right now.
Yeah. I know I would. If Nintendo started doing stuff like this, I would be like, okay, what exactly is happening here? Like, this is kind of strange. Like, it's just, I don't know. So, time will tell.
Yeah.
Speaking of E3, we're going to jump into my topic, which is, Nintendo. And they announced this week what they are doing at E3. And I don't know. I want to know what you think about the things that were announced. I'll kind of run through what exactly did get announced and all that stuff. Some shockers, and one thing already came out that I was wrong on my prediction show, because I predicted a Nintendo Nintendo World Championships again, and they didn't even touch that. They went the way of a Splatoon and a Smash World Championships instead. So it's going to start off on the June 8th. We get the Splatoon 2 World Championships in 2019. Then we get the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World Championship 3v3. That happens after the Splatoon 2. Then on June 11th, they do the Nintendo Direct. And then from there, for the next 3 days, they do the Treehouse Live.
Yeah.
Is that what you minus the... But like, is that okay for you? Or is there anything...
it feels very business as usual.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for what they've announced as their plans,
Yeah.
First of all, Splatoon 2, I know that that's one of the best games on Switch, especially in the multiplayer sense. But it feels like an old game now, and they've dropped support for it. They've announced that they're not doing anything else for it, right? There's no more DLC coming.
Yeah.
So why are they spotlighting that? It's a little bit confusing to me.
I'm not confused at all by it. Because you know what? It's funny because you're saying that, and Josh Thomas did a video this week on the BitBlock, and almost the same exact words is what he said. But my feeling was, and as I was watching Josh and I was saying it, like, it's no different than, like, when you have tournaments for Melee. They still do Melee tournaments. Now, Nintendo doesn't host them, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's very similar, where it's like, hey, this is a popular game. We're still going to showcase it because we want it to stay on the scene of, like, and not only that, like in Japan, there's big tournaments all the time for it. They know that it's a big following. So I think they're just trying to stay on par with that and just keep pushing the narrative forward.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like perhaps E3 is not the place for it. Like, E3 to me is about new announcements. And if they're not, I mean, who knows? They might announce something new for it, like a new DLC. So that would make sense. But see, like Smash makes perfect sense. There's lots more characters come in. They're keeping the momentum with that game. It's still a very new game. Yeah. It's the best-selling game on Switch, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
not the best-selling game, but it's
getting.
It's going to take it. It's definitely going to take it. It's got 12. I think they're at 13 million copies sold right now. Mario Kart 8 has 16 million copies.
Right.
So it's closing very rapidly.
Yeah. Isn't there was a stat they put out because they track when people buy a Switch, what's the first game that they play?
Yeah.
What's the first thing it basically the reason they bought that Switch. And Smash Bros is one of the mega reasons right now why people are buying Switches.
60 or 70% of Switch owners that bought a Switch in the first couple of months of the launch of Smash fired up Smash right away. So it tells them that, like, hey, these people bought this thing for Smash.
System seller, yeah. So that's cool. I like that information.
Yeah.
But yeah, the showcase, Nintendo showcase, that's great. I wish they told us how long it was going to be.
That's the one thing they didn't tell us. But they normally tell you that like just before, like a couple days prior, they'll drop that information.
Yeah. But I'm glad that they're doing Treehouse. I love Treehouse Live. They basically go well in depth in lots of games.
Yeah.
Like throughout the week, the rest of the week, I just have that on in the background when I'm working and drop in and out.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, so yeah, that's cool.
I think I'm going to be off for the Direct.
Yeah.
And then my game plan is to watch the Direct, and then we'll stream it, and then just kind of hang out the rest of the day, streaming it, just watching, the Treehouse Live, play some games and just watch the Treehouse Live. So it's it's exciting. It's exciting. Now, here's the thing. What they're saying, though, is for Nintendo, is they're only going to announce games in 2019.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
They've said that before, and they still throw in a couple of games that aren't coming out in the next year. So I don't quite believe that it's going to be just that.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably be mostly that. And, in terms of marketing, that's what Nintendo's been doing a lot lately. They like to announce as close to release as possible, generally speaking, so they can build the hype for those games. So I believe that they're probably going to talk a lot about Animal Crossing and what's going on, man.
It's raining. So every now and again I can hear it, and I'm like, wow, it's coming down. It's really coming down. So
yeah, man. But it just makes sense, really. Yeah.
I feel like if they don't announce some stuff from 2020. It's A, missed opportunity, and B, they are in serious trouble of not winning E3. That's always the age-old thing. Like, who won E3? You have an opportunity where it's just you against Xbox this year. And you get the third parties that typically, in my opinion, the past couple of years, Ubisoft has really stepped it up and taken it. I don't think Bethesda has anything solid this year. I think Ubi is the wild card, because they can come out with some stuff that you don't see coming. I don't think Square can win it. EA isn't doing anything this year. And, Sony's not there, obviously. So you got Nintendo and Xbox going head-to-head this year. So I feel like if they don't announce some 2020 stuff, they got problems. They're
What I mean, they're going to talk about Animal Crossing and Zelda Link's Awakening remake. I think that's going to be a big focus. They got Mario Maker 2. I do think they're going to talk about. I know that's close, but I think they're going to go into that in depth. And they got Pokemon coming as well. So,
but Pokemon probably won't get talked about.
I don't know.
They might have a snippet. They might have a little snippet, but it's not going to go a deep dive. Yeah. They're not going to that's not the place for them. I mean, you look at all past E3s the past couple of years. The one year was just the director announcing a Pokemon game comes to Switch next year, and then last year was just like a little bit of gameplay footage, and then that was it.
What do you reckon about smaller Nintendo games? Like if they announced like a Wave Race or an Excite.
I think
Excite bike type thing.
I think you're trying to rally the troops and get them all excited for you, but it's just not going to happen. I don't think that those games are going to get announced. No. I don't think they're in the realm of possibility at all.
They got Luigi's Mansion as well.
They have a lot of stuff to talk about. I don't think Mario Maker 2 really gets discussed that much because it's so close to launch. It comes out 2 weeks after.
Yeah, but they're going to blow it open. They're going to be like, look at all these new tools, and these are all the crazy things that you can do. Hands-on, people are going to be talking about that game a lot. I guarantee this game's going to be huge, man. You keep playing it down, but,
Speaking of which, did you send Paul Lloyd any codes?
No, I've not sent any codes.
Why?
Because I know what you want to happen, right?
What?
You want him to play my levels. He's gonna trash talk that level, right? I'm gonna feel terrible, and I'm never gonna.
Well, then I'm gonna send him
a level again.
I got codes for you, so I'll send them. Paul, I'll send you some codes.
Do that.
I'm doing it. Yes. Because you think you're a master Mario Maker, and it's time for you to get put in check.
I didn't say I'm a master Mario Maker.
Yeah, okay.
I've been making some good levels lately. That's what I said.
You weren't making good levels when we played the last time, so I just wanted to see.
You're just not very good at Mario, so you didn't do too well on those levels. Admittedly, they weren't my favorite levels I've made.
Yeah.
I've made
Admittedly,
better
they weren't
ones.
good levels at all.
I've made better ones since.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're
I
gonna
tell you what
find
I did
out.
watch though. He uploaded a video of him playing this ping pong inspired level that was a really clever level. So he tweeted you. So I
Yes.
hope you watched it as well.
I didn't watch it yet. I will watch it. I did.
Yeah.
I did see the tweet come out. Listen, just send him one code.
I will. I'll get around to it. The thing is, I've put my Wii U away again.
Oh yeah, of course you did. You're like, oh, let me put it away. There's my excuse.
No, I'll get it out.
I'm going to
but I don't
unpackage
even know
my
where
Wii
it
in
is,
a little
but,
bit.
you know,
I'm going to
I
unpackage
think
my
it's
Wii U.
top.
We'll set it up. I'll go on there, and then I'll say, hey, Paul, check this level out. Okay. Check this garbage level out that Toby made for me, and we'll see. If you promise to get better, maybe we could do something again.
Dude, I'm already better. You've not played my new levels.
Nor do I plan to, but that's not the point. We could do something. Are you hoping that your levels get moved forward?
No, I don't care.
You don't care if the levels move forward.
I'm gonna, because I want to just go crazy with all the new stuff, and I don't want all the old stuff because there's so many old levels uploaded. Right. It's just gonna drown out all the new stuff. Like it's gonna be, unless they have a way of filtering things really well. I don't want any of the new stuff to get just jumbled in with all the old dirty stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
What about Fire Emblem? Because you know that's going to get talked about.
Oh yeah, I'm not excited about it.
Really?
Yeah,
I
just
thought
the
you were
more
a Fire Emblem fan.
I was, but this one doesn't get me going, man. They showed it. I thought the graphics were underwhelming. Just the whole Harry Potter thing going on.
Hurry! It's right up your alley, man.
I need to see more. That's
all.
Come on. I'm not convinced.
You got
yet,
Ron
man.
Weasley running around. It's all.
If I can name my character Ron Weasley, then maybe.
You probably can. I'll probably ask you what your name is.
If I can create a custom character, yeah.
What about? Okay, so here's a question of the game, because Sean and I kind of talked about this on If We Ran Nintendo a little bit. Yeah. Of the games that are coming out, let's go through them. You got Mario Maker 2, but that's not you can't even consider that because something would have got announced. But you never know either two.
Yeah.
So we'll say Mario Maker 2, Animal Crossing, Link's Awakening.
Yep.
Luigi's Mansion 3, and Pokemon. So those are your 5 games to choose from.
Okay.
Which do you feel get a special edition Switch with it?
It's got to be Animal Crossing, dude.
You think that's going to happen?
I guarantee it, yeah.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
Just, they have the leaf design. I don't know if they're going to go, because it was New Leaf before, wasn't it? That's the whole...
That was the one on the 3DS.
They might have a new image to the new game. I don't know, but I feel like there's a lot that they can do, and that game is a lot about being creative and putting your stamp on things. So I think Nintendo want to put the game's stamp on the console.
I showed this to Sean too, but this is the 2DS XL that they have, right? Look how gorgeous that thing is.
Yeah,
that thing is really awesome, and it's if they did something like that, oh my god, please sign me up. I think they're the only 2 that I'm hoping. I think Pokemon definitely gets one. Because they do so much for Pokemon all the time. I mean, they did one for Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. So I wouldn't be surprised if Sword and Shield gets one as well.
Dude, I want Blathers on my Switch.
That would be cool, but he ain't gonna get on there. He's not the. It'd probably be Isabelle, or Tom Nook, or KK. Those 3 are the 3 big ones, I think.
Has Blathers got any children?
No, he's got a sister.
He's going to have children in this next game. He's going to have some sort of descendant, like Tom Nook's children.
That's not his children. Over. That's his nephews.
All right, his nephews, whatever. He'll have some younger version of himself.
Well, listen, I view Blathers like you. He's a nerdy guy. Although you have kids, so maybe he will have kids. I was going to say, I was going to give a shot at you, but it didn't work to my advantage because you do have kids. It don't work that way. I don't know. I mean, I think that I think the Animal Crossing one gets one, but I would really love a Zelda one. Those are the two that, if they did special editions, I would love a special edition of Zelda. And I already bought the Fire Emblem Collector's Edition game. Like, I pre-ordered that.
Yeah.
The minute it came out, I was like, I'm getting it. Because those things sell out so fast, and they're so hard to get afterwards. But when I look at, like, Animal Crossing, like, if they put out a new Switch, I'm buying a new Switch. I don't care. The one thing that would upset me, if they put out an Animal Crossing Switch, a Link's Awakening Switch, and then a Pro, and it's not part of that.
Dude, that's what they'll do. Like right, so you had the 3DS with the changeable faceplates,
Yes.
right? That was the smaller version.
Yeah.
The XL version, you couldn't do that.
Mm-mm.
And everyone wanted the XL version because it was bigger and better.
Yeah.
But the cool switching thing was on the crappy little version.
I know. I bought both.
Man.
Because of it. Yeah, that's
what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
They're gonna make people like you buy both because you want that super sweet special edition, like. But you also want the brand new shiny thing.
I know,
that's really...
man. I know.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna want to play. If I buy an Animal Crossing one, I'm gonna want to use that and play with it all the time. And then if they put out a new one that's better, it's gonna upset me because I'm gonna be like, I really want to play this one.
Yeah, dude.
Damn you, Nintendo! They're gonna have me spending like $900 on consoles next year.
Did you upgrade your Xbox in the end?
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
I did. You know why? Because I thought about it and I was like, this just is essentially just a waste of money. It was just a waste of money.
Because you don't play it often enough? Or...
Well, A, I don't play it often enough. But B, they're getting ready to bring out new ones. Like Xbox is going to announce a new one at E3.
Yeah.
So if they put one out in fall, wouldn't it be smarter for me just to get the one in fall?
Yeah.
So that's why I was just like, eh. And the only things I was going to play on it was Cuphead. Well, I played it on my Switch now. It looks just as good.
Yeah.
And Fortnite. And I was like, I don't know, man.
I'm excited to see what Xbox announces, dude. Like,
it's gonna be interesting.
It's
gonna be interesting for sure. It's gonna be pretty. Do
you think they're ready?
I hope they are. They just announced this discless one, and that's crazy to think that they went that route.
The sad edition. Ugh.
Well, I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a digital gamer, like, it makes sense. But, and at least with their version, it's easy to you just hook an external hard drive up to it. You don't have to worry.
But isn't it? I don't know if I got my facts straight here, but isn't the all digital edition the same price as a standard Xbox One S?
I thought it was a little cheaper.
See, I thought it was exactly the same price because everyone was like, "What's the point of this thing?" Because you've taken the disk drive out, you've not got a bigger hard drive, and it costs the same. So all you're doing is taking away.
I know it's $249.
Yeah.
I wonder what a regular Xbox costs. I don't know.
I reckon it'd have to be significantly cheaper to make it worthwhile.
Can you imagine?
Or have a larger hard drive built in. Like,
let me look it up real quick here, Toby. Let's find out. Let's hit bestbuy.com and see what the price. What do you think? You think it's the same?
I think it's the same. I think it's $250 each. Yeah.
Could you imagine? That would be horrible. Put that Xbox out and it's the same exact price. That's ooh. Let's see. All right, just hit it loud. Okay, come on. Xbox One S. Is it even out yet?
I think so. Right. I don't know. It's either out or very soon.
All digital is out on 5/7. So that's out now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that one costs. Let's see. That one's $249 as advertised, and then it doesn't even come with anything. It's just $249. Does it come with any games? It looks like it just. Oh, wait! There's digital games included. Yeah, so you're getting Minecraft, Sea of Thieves, and Forza 3. Minecraft is a $20 game. Sea of Thieves, I think, is what, a $50 game, and Forza 3 is an older version.
It might as well come with a month's worth of Game Pass because you're not playing them games any longer than a month.
This is true. So that's okay. So that's for that one. Now let's see what the the regular one's $2.90. Well, the regular one's $2.99.
Is it?
So it's 50
Does it
bucks
come with
cheap.
comes with games?
So I'm looking at a Division. Oh, that's the 1 terabyte. That's not a 1 terabyte. You know what? It is. Holy crap! Everything I'm looking at is 1 terabyte. Is there a 500 gig? I don't even see the 500 gig no more.
Yeah, it probably is.
It probably replaced it. It replaced it. So now, if you want the disc, you got to buy a 1 terabyte for $50 more. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Well.
Oh boy. So, real quickly, have you been playing anything?
Just Zelda, really. We jumped in at Minecraft the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. On PlayStation 4, we decided we've had enough of the stress of PUBG. We're going to take a little break and play something really chilled out. So we spent an entire evening. We spent from 8:30 in the afternoon till midnight playing Minecraft. We started a new world, new survival world.
When you say we, who's we?
It was the gang. It was me.
Oh, thanks
Mike,
for the invite.
P and Alex.
You piece of trash. You are a real piece of trash, man. Oh, you make me sick to my stomach, man. You don't say, "Hey, Bobby, what are you doing?"
It's crossplay, isn't it?
Yes.
I totally forgot it's crossplay, man.
You make me want to.
Next time we play.
Yeah, next time my
I will.
buttocks. You are not a friend at all. So what? Okay, so what did you guys do?
So we, like I say, we built a new world. We made the world. You can make it so you have really, really tall mountains and really, really deep valleys.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that because we haven't played in so long. There's so much new stuff to it. There's like shipwrecks under the water. The swimming mechanics have totally changed. You can like swim fast underwater now. There's all sorts of new blocks and creatures.
I know there's a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't realize it. Yeah. Although I've been playing it, did I ever tell you or did I ever show you the realm that Rybo created?
Has it got lots of pixel art in it?
What are you talking about?
What?
You know what a realm is in Minecraft?
Is it just a world?
It's a world.
Yeah.
And you can invite certain people in.
Right.
And so, like, at any time, I can log in. He doesn't have to be on.
Okay, so it's just this online server.
It's an online server you buy through Xbox. I think I don't know how much it is. Depends on how many people you want to allow access to.
Right.
So he's got Toby. Holy crap, man! This guy has a mind like I've never seen in my life.
Yeah.
He's like the people that impress us a lot of times, but he's got a cart system.
Yeah.
That you can go around his world, and he's got one. He built this where it goes under the water.
Yeah.
You're in the minecart, and you're going under the water in a tunnel, and then you come back out, and then it's got like all this crazy stuff, like, and then you like the minecart will stop.
Yeah.
In a like a substation, and then you could pick like 2 or 3 different routes to go, and then you get out and you move your cart to the next track depending on which way you want to go, and then boom, you're all, and you don't touch anything. Yeah. Like it runs you the whole time.
Yeah, I love stuff like that.
So amazing. He's got castles built that are just unbelievable. Like, dude, everything is just so amazing. Just so amazing. But he gave me access to it, and I started building a couple little houses in there and stuff. Doing stuff. Just really cool stuff that he's got going on there. But that game's a lot of fun. I've been meaning to jump back in and play. The problem is once I start, I get lost.
Yeah,
I just get lost in time. And like next thing I know, I look up and hours have gone by. Yeah. And I'm like, I've done nothing with my life but sat here and like mined a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. It was just so relaxing though. Like at the end of the night, I was literally just falling asleep whilst we were playing.
It's so
like,
good, dude. The music is so chill.
Yeah.
It's really nice. I would love for them to do an update to that. Like give us like a Zelda update or an Animal Crossing update to it. Like,
yeah,
that would be so good. Because I like playing with those. I didn't like the Mario one. Felt so out of place.
Yeah.
But I've looked at like the Skyrim one. I've gone and watched some speed builders before. Such cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
These speed builders just build stuff, and I just go, how, man? Where does it come from? Like, you just get in there and start going, and next thing you know, there's giant things built.
Did you see that video of Hyrule Castle from Breath of the Wild that somebody built in Minecraft?
No, really?
Dude, it looks so detailed, so accurate.
I gotta check that out. Check that out. That'd be pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. So, that is all. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Nintendo PlayStation Podcast. You can check us out all the time, anytime. You can also follow Toby on Twitter at Toby's_take. You can follow me at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.
Grab yourself a nice cup of coffee, sit down, and play some video games.
What a piece of garbage you are.